exploring what matters course, the 8-week course,
Yes.
Passion for Happiness.
Wonderful.
One of the first things we ask our sort of participants is to discuss the question, what do you think matters most in life? And we thought it'd be a good idea to maybe pose that question to you.
Yeah.
So what do you think matters most in life?
Well, what matters most in life to me is deep connectivity, which I call love. So the reason I couldn't talk to you earlier is because deep connectivity required me to be present for somebody else in a way I did not know was going to happen when I told you that we would do it at 3 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So there are an infinite number of ways in which love can manifest, but ultimately it's the seeing that we're not separate. Yes. That there's a kind of distributive beauty in living and in life that is extraordinary. In the midst of all of the horror, the midst of all of the grief, the trauma, the failure, the fear. Okay? And that what matters most is to live the life that's ours to live in a way that has integrity, and a way that's embodied, that is in some sense an adventure in connectivity, in relationality, in marveling at the actuality of things, not being anesthetized by what you see all the time so that you don't see it anymore, what you experience in your everyday life so that you don't experience or feel anymore, but to keep coming back to that aliveness and that element of you that knows, that sees what's here to be seen. It's a miracle. Hearing what's here to be heard. It's a miracle. Feeling what's here to be felt. How do we do that? We don't even know how we do that. And knowing what's here to be known. So through all of our senses, of which there are more than 5, we can kind of constitute or reconstitute our humanity literally moment by moment by moment, reconstitute our biology literally moment by moment by moment, and act in ways that truly serve the well-being and the happiness of others, and the alleviating of any kind of suffering that's possible to alleviate, and that's not possible to alleviate, to be present for and hold it in awareness with loving kindness. And to me, that's what matters, and not how much money you make, or what your job is, or anything like that. What your accomplishments are. Yes, accomplishments can be very, very satisfying, but I feel like there are many, many highly accomplished people who are really sad or disappointed that their lives turned out the way their lives turned out. But they turn out moment by moment and breath by breath. So don't think 30 years from now it's going to be any better than this. You'll only be 30 years older. Yeah. So you might as well, really put energy into this moment, whoever you are, no matter how old you are, no matter where you are. And then by putting energy in the form of awareness and into this moment in the way we've been talking about, the next moment's already different. You've actually changed the future.
Yes.
The only way we can ever change the future is by taking responsibility for the present and really fully inhabiting it. To me, that's what really matters. That's what really matters most. And then happiness is not something you get. Happiness is something that's revealed within you in that deep connectivity with your body, with your breath, with your heart, with your senses, and with the world, everybody else and the world. And that's not some kind of pie in the sky, sort of utopianism. That's available right under our noses in the only moment we ever have.
Fantastic.
I love talking to you guys because I can feel even across 5,000 miles that we're in like deep connection.
Yeah, I've been trying my best to be present the whole way through, and you've made it very easy for us because it's just
it's no effort really to be present. I mean, and especially when you care. Maybe I'll leave you with a quote, one of my favorite quotes from Thoreau, who went off to the woods to live at Walden Pond for 2 years, and he said about it, and he famously wrote a book called Walden about his life at Walden Pond, and he said, I went to the woods, kind of like a retreat for himself. He built his own house, and he lived right by the pond. And so I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what they had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I hadn't lived.
Yes.
Okay? So that's something, don't wait till the end to discover that.